Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News and your daily wrestling newscast for Monday, February 19th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with the news that Afa Anoai Sr., known professionally as Afa the Wild Samoan, will be shutting down his training school and promotional operations in April after nearly 40 years in business. Anoai made the announcement on Saturday night during his World Extreme Wrestling show in Mineola, Florida, where the promotion is based. A statement released by the company on Facebook Sunday read in part, quote, "Due to Afa's serious heart condition, his mild-moderate vascular dementia with Alzheimer's, and other health complications, he felt that April would be the perfect time to take our final bows and close an amazing 27-year chapter. Being that he is the heart and soul of WXW, his family tearfully agreed, and his wrestlers, though very sad, support his decision," end quote. WXW's final event, titled Resurrection, will be held on April 13th. 5 weeks ago, in January, Anoai suffered 2 heart attacks while being hospitalized for pneumonia. Last December, the 81-year-old had undergone exploratory surgery to check issues that he was having with his heart valves. Anoai's son, Afa Jr., known for a short run in WWE as Manu, had also been hospitalized in September of 2023 after a cardiac event of his own. The elder Afa and his brother Sika got into the training school business in 1985 as their in-ring careers began to wind down. They began in Hamden, Connecticut before moving to Allentown, Pennsylvania in the early 90s. Initially running shows under the name Trans World Wrestling Federation, the promotion eventually changed its name to World Extreme Wrestling in 1996 and moved to its current home of Mineola, Florida in 2008, where Afa also housed the Wild Samoan Pro Wrestling Training Center. Wrestlers Afa has had a hand in training include family members Tama, who also went by the names Samula and Samoan Savage, Yokozuna, Rikishi, Umaga, and Rosie, as well as former WWE and WCW talents such as Dave Batista, Virgil, Chris Kanyon, Billy Kidman, Gene Snitsky, and Tamina Snuka. Turning to the UK, RevPro ran their high-stakes 2024 show on Sunday at the Crystal Palace National Sports Arena in London. In the main event, Michael Oku retained the RevPro undisputed British heavyweight title by putting down the challenge of top rival and fellow countryman Will Ospreay. Oku gained his first career singles victory over Ospreay by pinfall in 47 minutes and 12 seconds and made the 6th defense of his first RevPro title reign. Yesterday's show opened with the surprise appearance of Orange Cassidy as the mystery entrant into a 7-man scramble match, which also featured Cameron Kai, Flash Morgan Webster, Richard Holliday, Shaw Samuels, Shigehiro Irie, and Spike Trivet. Upon entering, Cassidy put up the AEW International Championship and retained it for the 11th time. In the third title tilt of the day, Dani Luna made the first defense of her RevPro undisputed British women's title reign, turning back the challenge of Sapphire Reed. Other results saw Shingo Takagi defeat Trent Seven, Zack Sabre Jr. beat Connor Mills, Robbie X knocked off Mustafa Ali, Anthony Ogogo beat Ricky Knight Jr., Luke Jacobs beat JJ Gale, and in a tag team match, New Japan Young Lions Oscar Loibe and Yuto Nakashima topped Kieran Lacey and Mark True. In injury news, CM Punk gave an update on his recovery from tricep surgery, saying he'll likely be out between 6 to 8 months. Punk was interviewed by the UK and Irish-based version of TNT Sports following Saturday night's UFC 298 event at the Honda Center in Anaheim.
Fingers crossed, I was going to headline WrestleMania. Obviously now I'm not, but, it's sports. It's what happens to athletes, mentally, I think it's harder because the physical pain is whatever, but I look at it just like a bump in the road. This is an occupational hazard. It happens, and I'll be back bigger and better. So, we're thinking maybe 6 to 8 months, but I'm not really in a rush to get back to compete. I'm in a rush to get healthy. Yeah. I'm in a rush to get better, and the sooner I do that, the better I'll be when I come back.
Punk tore his right triceps during the Royal Rumble match on January 27th. AAA Mega Champion Elio Del Vikingo suffered what appeared to be a serious right knee injury on Saturday night during a 6-man tag team match. While wrestling at Arena Lopez Mateos in Mexico City, Vikingo's right knee buckled after he performed a tilt-a-whirl, and he immediately rolled to the ring apron in pain. The Luchador was teaming with Psycho Clown and Wotan against Demonio Infernal, Fresero Jr., and Trauma 1. After the injury, Wotan unmasked Trauma 1 to force a disqualification to end the match. And we close with a look at Japan. The penultimate night of New Japan Pro Wrestling and CMLL's Fantastica Mania Tour for 2024 took place on Sunday, and singles matches took center stage. Yesterday's main event inside Tokyo's Korakuen Hall saw CMLL's Volador Jr. upend former CMLL World Welterweight Champion Rocky Romero in 22 minutes and 34 seconds. That match was preceded by Soberano Jr. knocking off fellow luchador Templario. The most notable tag bout of the program saw the team of current World Welterweight Champion Mascara Dorada, Mystico Stigma, and El Desperado put down Francesco Akira, De Fuento, and the team of Los Guerreros, Laguneros, Ultimo Guerrero, and Stuka Jr. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.